Stop everything you are doing right now. Stop scrolling. Put down every distraction for just a moment. Silence the noise around you. Silence the noise inside you. And listen carefully, beloved, because this message did not come across your path by accident. This is not random. This is not just another video. This is not something you found because the algorithm happened to place it before your eyes. Heaven has interrupted your day because there is something happening inside your house, and God does not want you to miss the sign. You have felt it. You may not have had the words for it, but you have felt it. Something in the atmosphere of your home has been shifting. One moment the room feels normal, and the next moment there is a heaviness you cannot explain. One moment you are trying to rest, and the next moment your spirit feels alert. One moment everyone seems quiet, and the next moment tension rises out of nowhere. You have asked yourself, why does my house feel different? Why does it feel restless? Why does it feel divided? Why does it feel like peace is close, but pressure keeps trying to take over? Listen carefully. That question you have been carrying is not foolish. That sensitivity is not imaginary. That inner nudge is not weakness. God is pointing to something. He is bringing your attention back to the place where you sleep, where you eat, where you pray, where you cry, where your family gathers, where conversations have happened, where words have been spoken, where burdens have been carried in silence. Heaven is addressing your house right now. This is not a message of fear. Do not receive it as fear. This is a message of protection. This is a message of cleansing. This is a message of covering. God is not showing you the atmosphere of your home to make you panic. He is showing you because He is calling you to stand in spiritual authority. He is showing you because He loves you too much to let pressure live unnoticed in the rooms He wants filled with peace. He is showing you because what you call ordinary tension may be spiritual movement, and what you call just another hard day may be heaven revealing what needs prayer. Beloved, your home matters to God. Your rooms matter to God. Your doorway matters to God. The place where your children sleep, the place where you sit alone late at night, the place where you have whispered prayers under your breath, the place where arguments have left residue, the place where grief has lingered longer than anyone knows. All of it matters to Him. Nothing in your house is hidden from His eyes. No heaviness is too subtle for Him to notice. No unrest is too small for Him to address. No corner is too forgotten for His peace to enter. And this is why you are here. You did not just click on a message. You were led into a divine interruption. God is saying, pay attention. Do not ignore what your spirit has been sensing. Do not dismiss the atmosphere as nothing. Do not call it normal if heaven is calling it out. Something is shifting, and before the breakthrough settles, before the peace becomes visible, before the cleansing becomes obvious, God often alerts His children through discernment. If you know your house belongs to God, like this video right now, as an act of agreement, let that simple action become your declaration that fear will not own your atmosphere. Subscribe if you want continued prophetic encouragement for this new season, because God is not finished speaking over your home, your family, and your peace. And before the main message begins, comment these words with faith. My house is covered by God. Type it now. My house is covered by God, not abandoned, not exposed, not surrendered to fear, covered by God. Listen carefully, beloved. The uneasy feeling you could not explain was not imaginary. The heaviness you felt when you walked into that room was not just your mood. The sudden tightness in your chest when the house became quiet was not just stress. The way you woke up unsettled before anything even happened was not nothing. The way you sensed tension before anyone spoke, before any argument started, before any phone call came, before any door opened, that was your spirit discerning what your eyes could not yet see. I have seen you trying to explain it away. I have watched you stand in the middle of your own home and wonder why the room felt different. I have watched you sit on the edge of the bed, exhausted, asking yourself, why do I feel so heavy in a place that should bring rest? I have heard the prayers you whispered in bedrooms when nobody else knew you were praying. I have seen the tears that fell in kitchens while you wiped counters, washed dishes, prepared food, and carried pain in silence. I have seen the exhaustion you carried behind closed doors, the weariness you pushed down so no one else would have to feel it. You have been trying to keep peace while carrying burdens no one noticed. You have softened your voice when you wanted to break. You have held your tongue when your heart was full. You have walked through rooms praying under your breath, trying to keep the atmosphere from exploding, trying to keep the family together, trying to keep the home steady, trying to keep everyone else from falling apart while you were barely holding yourself together. And I am telling you now, beloved child, I saw it. I saw every moment you chose gentleness when frustration wanted to take over. I saw every time you swallowed tears so the house would not become heavier. I saw every quiet sacrifice that no one clapped for, no one thanked you for, and no one even recognized. This is why you must stop calling yourself too sensitive. You are not too sensitive. You are discerning. You are not dramatic. You are spiritually alert. You are not imagining things because your house may look normal on the outside while something feels disturbed on the inside. The furniture may be in place, the lights may be on, the meals may still be made, the conversations may still sound ordinary, but deep inside, you know when peace has been pushed into a corner. You know when joy feels interrupted. You know when a room carries residue from words that were spoken, grief that was never surrendered, fear that was allowed to linger, or pressure that everyone learned to step around. Do not panic. Do not run into fear. Do not let the enemy twist discernment into anxiety. That discomfort is not fear calling you into panic. It is discernment calling you into prayer. It is not a signal that your home is abandoned. It is a signal that your home is being addressed. It is not proof that darkness has won. It is proof that heaven is drawing your attention to what must be cleansed, surrendered, covered, and restored. Beloved, I am not exposing the atmosphere to shame you. I am not revealing the burden to overwhelm you. I am showing you what needs my peace. I am showing you where prayer must enter. I am showing you where surrender must happen. I am showing you where authority must rise again. And now, pay close attention, because God is about to identify the sign, not to scare you, not to make you suspicious of every room, not to make you afraid of your own home, but to show you exactly where peace must be restored, where heaviness must leave, and where my presence is ready to settle again. Do not miss the sign, beloved. Do not brush it away again. Do not call it nothing when it keeps repeating. Do not call it coincidence when it keeps returning to the same place, the same hour, the same conversation, the same doorway, the same room, the same moment when you are about to pray, worship, rest, or speak peace over your family. You may. The sign is not always loud. The sign is not always dramatic. The sign is not always something breaking, falling, shouting, or exploding. Sometimes the sign is the atmosphere changing before your eyes can explain why. This is the sign I want you to pay attention to. Repeated disruption in the atmosphere of your home. Sudden arguments that rise out of nowhere. Unusual restlessness that moves through the house like everyone is unsettled but no one can explain it. Sleeplessness that seems to come when you are finally trying to rest. Heaviness that settles after certain conversations. Tension that gathers in one room more than another. Disorder that increases whenever you try to pray. Irritation that appears right when peace begins to return. Confusion that comes right after you make a decision to obey me. This is not random tension. This is not just a bad mood. This is not only stress. This is not merely because people are tired, busy, overwhelmed, or emotional. Those things may be present, but I am showing you something deeper. I am exposing what can no longer remain hidden. I am letting what was buried become noticeable. I am allowing what has been tolerated in the atmosphere to be revealed so it can be prayed over, cleansed, and brought under my authority. Before I restore peace, I often reveal what has been disturbing peace. Before I bring order, I show you where disorder has been hiding. Before I cover a house with fresh strength, I uncover the places where fear, resentment, grief, anger, confusion, and spiritual heaviness have been quietly sitting, not to condemn you, not to frighten you, not to make you suspicious of everyone around you, but to awaken your discernment so you stop living under what you were called to confront in prayer. Pay attention to patterns, beloved child. One argument may be an argument, but repeated conflict in the same room is something to bring before me. One restless night may be exhaustion, but repeated fear at night is something to cover in prayer. One heavy conversation may be painful, but repeated heaviness after certain conversations is something I am asking you to discern. One distraction during prayer may happen, but repeated disorder around prayer time is not something to ignore. When the atmosphere fights your peace, when the room changes as soon as you begin to worship, when tension rises every time you try to speak gently, when heaviness returns every time you decide to forgive, That is a sign. Do not be afraid of the sign. The sign is not proof that you are doomed. The sign is not proof that your family is beyond repair. The sign is not proof that your home is lost. The sign is proof that I am making you aware. The sign is proof that I am calling you higher. The sign is proof that I am training your eyes to see, your ears to hear, your spirit to discern, and your mouth to pray with authority again. The enemy wants you to ignore patterns until they become normal. He wants you to accept heaviness as personality. He wants you to call division family culture. He wants you to call fear wisdom. He wants you to call silence peace, when it is really unresolved pain. He wants you to call spiritual pressure just another day. But I am interrupting that agreement right now. I am breaking the lie that says you must live around heaviness. I am breaking the lie that says this is just how your house is. I am breaking the lie that says nothing can change. Your house can change. The atmosphere can shift. Peace can return. Order can be restored. Joy can be heard again in the rooms where tension has been speaking too loudly. Prayer can rise again in the corners where fear tried to settle. Rest can come back to the beds where sleeplessness has been stealing strength. Gentle words can replace sharp reactions. My presence can fill the places where pressure has been lingering. But you must not ignore what I am revealing. You must not numb yourself to the atmosphere. You must not keep walking past the same heaviness and pretending you do not feel it. You must not keep saying, maybe it is nothing, when your spirit keeps saying, pray. You must not keep waiting for everything to get worse before you take authority. Authority is not only for crisis. Authority is for atmosphere. Authority is for doorways. Authority is for rooms. Authority is for what is trying to enter, what is trying to remain, and what must now leave in my name. Beloved, when the atmosphere shifts, do not surrender to fear. Respond with prayer. When tension rises, do not immediately react in the flesh. Pause and pray. When restlessness moves through the house, do not let your mind spiral. Speak peace. When heaviness comes after a conversation, bring that conversation under my covering. When the same room keeps feeling burdened, stand there and invite my presence. When disorder comes around prayer time, recognize the resistance and keep praying anyway. I am shifting the atmosphere before I restore the atmosphere. I am exposing the pressure before I remove the pressure. I am revealing the pattern before I break the pattern. I am making you aware before I bring peace, order, covering, and rest. This is not the end of your household peace. This is the beginning of its recovery. This is not the collapse of your home. This is the cleansing of your home. This is not darkness winning. This is heaven turning on the light. So watch carefully, pray steadily, stand firmly. The atmosphere is changing because I am dealing with what tried to remain hidden. The breakthrough is not far from your house. The peace is not far from your rooms. The covering is not far from your family. I am moving before you see the full manifestation, and the shift you have been feeling is the first sign that I am not ignoring your home. I am entering it with authority, with mercy, with cleansing, and with peace. Beloved, I am not only showing you what has been heavy, I am cleansing what has been allowed to remain. I am not only pointing to the atmosphere so you can notice it, I am entering the rooms where pain sat too long, where fear became familiar, where grief learned the layout of your house, where silence became a language, where survival replaced rest, and I am bringing my peace there. Listen carefully. There are rooms in your home that have carried more than furniture. There are rooms that have carried memories. There are rooms that have carried conversations. There are rooms that have carried words spoken in anger, tears hidden in exhaustion, fear breathed out in the dark, disappointment swallowed quietly, and prayers whispered when no one else was awake. You thought you were just moving through your house, but your spirit knew certain places felt different. Your body remembered what happened there. Your heart remembered what was said there. Your mind remembered what you had to endure there. And now I am saying, I am not leaving those places untouched. I am coming into the bedroom where anxiety grew. I am coming into the place where you lay awake staring at the ceiling, wondering how much more you could carry. I am coming into the room where your thoughts ran in circles, where fear spoke louder at night than it ever did in the day, where you wiped your eyes before morning so no one would know how deeply you were struggling. I saw you there. I heard you there. I was not absent there. And now I am cleansing that room from the residue of panic, sleeplessness, dread, and heaviness. That bedroom will not only be a place where you survived another night, it will become a place where rest returns, where peace covers you, where your breathing slows, where your spirit remembers that I never leave you nor forsake you. I am coming into the living room where arguments happened. I am coming into the place where voices were raised, where words landed like wounds, where people sat close but felt far away, where tension filled the air before anyone admitted what was wrong. I am coming into the room where laughter used to live, where joy was interrupted, where conversations turned sharp, where peace was pushed aside by frustration, misunderstanding, pride, and pain. I am not afraid of that room. I am not intimidated by what was spoken there. I am not powerless over what happened there. I am cleansing the atmosphere from old conflict. I am washing the residue of accusation. I am restoring gentleness where harshness tried to build a throne. I am coming into the kitchen where silent tears fell. Yes, beloved, I saw those tears. I saw you standing over dishes with a heavy heart. I saw you preparing meals while carrying questions you could not say out loud. I saw you wiping counters while wiping your face. I saw you trying to serve while feeling unseen. I saw you nourish others when your own soul felt empty. Do not think I missed it. Do not think I ignored it. Do not think those quiet moments were small to me. I am cleansing that kitchen from the heaviness of unseen labor, unspoken sorrow, and hidden exhaustion. The place where tears fell will become a place where gratitude rises. The place where burdens were carried in silence will become a place where my presence is recognized. I am coming to the doorway where rejection entered. I am coming to the threshold where people walked in, carrying confusion, anger, manipulation, bitterness, and coldness. I am coming to the place where someone left and made you feel abandoned. I am coming to the place where news arrived that broke your peace. I am coming to the entrance where fear tried to gain permission, where heaviness crossed over, where words entered your home that never should have had authority there. And I am teaching you to guard the doorway again, not with fear, with discernment, not with suspicion, with wisdom, not with panic, with authority. Because I do not only bless people, beloved, I restore atmospheres. I do not only touch your heart while leaving your house in disorder. I do not only strengthen your spirit while allowing the rooms around you to remain under old pressure. I bless the person, and I restore the place. I heal the wound, and I cleanse the environment where the wound kept speaking. I comfort the child, and I cover the house. I meet you in prayer, and I send peace into the rooms where prayer has been missing. Old words can linger until new words of faith are spoken. Old grief can sit in a room until surrender opens the window of the Spirit. Old fear can become familiar until prayer commands it to leave. Old bitterness can hide in the atmosphere until forgiveness breaks agreement with it. Old shame can echo in the hallway until my truth is declared louder. This is why you must pray through the places where pain has been allowed to remain. This is why you must stop saying, "That is just how this house feels." No, beloved, that is not the final word over your home. The enemy told you your house would remain heavy. I declare your house will become covered. The enemy told you peace would never stay there. I say peace will have a place to rest. The enemy whispered that arguments would always define the atmosphere. I say prayer will rise louder than conflict. The enemy said your rooms are marked by what happened in them. I say your rooms are being marked by my presence. The enemy called your home broken. I call it under restoration. The enemy called it tense. I call it guarded. The enemy called it abandoned. I call it mine. But understand this, beloved child. When I begin cleansing a house, resistance may rise. When peace begins taking back territory, the pressure may try to intensify. When old heaviness realizes it is being confronted, it may not leave quietly. Darkness does not surrender territory without noise. Fear does not lose influence without trying to speak one more time. Conflict does not step down without trying to rise again. But do not mistake resistance for defeat. Do not mistake tension for failure. Do not mistake the stirring for proof that nothing is changing. Sometimes the tension increases because cleansing has begun. Sometimes the atmosphere reacts because my peace has entered. Sometimes what was hidden becomes loud because it knows it can no longer stay. So stand firm. Do not retreat. Do not agree with the heaviness. Do not name your house by its worst season. I am cleansing the rooms where you learn to survive, and I am teaching you how to live there again, under covering, under peace, under prayer, under my authority. And this is why the tension increased, beloved. This is why the atmosphere may have felt sharper after you began praying. This is why irritability tried to rise after you decided you were done living under heaviness. This is why confusion tried to enter right after you asked me to bring peace. This is why small things suddenly felt bigger, little words suddenly carried weight, and quiet moments suddenly felt uneasy. Do not misread the resistance. Do not call it defeat. Do not call it proof that prayer is not working. The tension increased because peace is taking back territory. Listen carefully. When a house has lived under pressure for a long time, peace does not always return without resistance. When old patterns are confronted, they try to repeat themselves one more time. When bitterness is exposed, it tries to justify itself. When fear is challenged, it tries to sound like wisdom. When division is losing its grip, it tries to create one more argument. When prayer begins to rise again, distraction tries to multiply. But I am telling you now, the enemy is not stronger than me. Darkness cannot override a surrendered home. Confusion cannot remain where my truth is welcomed. Fear cannot rule where my peace is given authority. Every argument is not just an argument when I am calling a house back into order. Every heaviness is not just heaviness when I am revealing what has been sitting in the atmosphere. Every disturbance is not just disturbance when peace is reclaiming the room. Every sudden irritation is not just personality. Every wave of exhaustion is not just tiredness. Every moment of prayerlessness is not just busyness. Every cold silence is not just silence. There are moments when what looks natural has a spiritual root, and I am teaching you to discern it without becoming afraid of it. The enemy has tried to use division in your house. He has tried to turn one heart against another. He has tried to make family members misunderstand each other, assume the worst, speak too quickly, withdraw too deeply, and carry offense from room to room. He has tried to make emotional exhaustion feel normal. He has tried to make you too tired to pray, too drained to forgive, too overwhelmed to speak peace, too distracted to notice what is happening. He has tried to stir fear at night, restlessness in the morning, bitterness in conversation, and heaviness in the places where joy should be. But hear me, beloved child. His authority ends where your agreement ends. The enemy can suggest, but he cannot govern what you surrender to me. He can stir pressure, but he cannot own a house dedicated to my name. He can whisper fear, but he cannot force you to believe it. He can remind you of old conflict, but he cannot stop you from forgiving. He can create distraction, but he cannot close your mouth when you decide to pray. He can try to divide, but he cannot overpower love that is submitted to me. This is your moment to stand in authority again, not with panic, not with shouting from fear, not with suspicion toward every person in your home. Stand with discernment, stand with prayer, stand with forgiveness, stand with clean hands and a steady spirit. Remove agreement with fear, remove agreement with bitterness, remove agreement with the words, "This will never change." Remove agreement with the lie that your house is too far gone. Speak peace over the rooms, speak life over the people, speak blessing over the doorway, speak my name over the atmosphere. And if you believe peace is taking back territory in your home, comment these words right now. Peace is taking back my house. Type it as a declaration. Type it as agreement. Type it as a line drawn in the spirit. Peace is taking back my house, not fear, not division, not confusion, not bitterness. Peace is taking back my house. And share this message with someone whose home needs covering, because there are people carrying household pressure in silence, and they need to be reminded that their home is not abandoned to heaviness. Beloved, do not fight people when the real battle is for peace. Do not let the enemy trick you into turning your family into your enemy. Do not let one tense conversation convince you that nothing is changing. Do not let one restless night make you surrender the promise. Do not let one wave of emotion pull you back into agreement with old patterns. Pause, pray, breathe, forgive, release, speak peace again, walk through the house again, dedicate the room again, invite my presence again. The resistance around your home is not proof of defeat. It is evidence that something is being reclaimed. Peace is not standing outside waiting for permission anymore. Peace is entering. Peace is confronting what has been tolerated. Peace is exposing what has been hidden. Peace is silencing what has been loud. Peace is taking back the bedroom, the living room, the kitchen, the hallway, the doorway, the conversations, the the nights, the mornings, the atmosphere. So do not retreat now. Do not stop praying now. Do not hand the house back to fear because tension tried to rise. I am covering you. I am strengthening you. I am teaching you to guard what I am restoring. The house that felt heavy will not stay heavy. The rooms that felt tense will not stay tense. The atmosphere that felt divided will not stay divided. Stand firm, beloved. Peace is moving through your house, and what I reclaim, darkness cannot keep. Now, guard the doorway, beloved. Guard what I am restoring. Guard what I am cleansing. Guard what I am bringing back under peace, because the atmosphere of a house is not shaped only by what happens inside it. It is shaped by what is allowed to enter it. It is shaped by the words you keep agreeing with. It is shaped by the voices you keep listening to. It is shaped by the habits you keep repeating. It is shaped by the media you keep playing. It is shaped by the conversations you keep rehearsing. It is shaped by the relationships that come in, carrying confusion, fear, anger, lust, bitterness, mockery, and unbelief. Listen carefully. The doorway is physical, but it is also spiritual. The door you lock at night is not the only door that matters. There is a door in your attention. There is a door in your agreement. There is a door in your mouth. There is a door in what you entertain, what you tolerate, what you excuse, what you keep replaying, what you keep welcoming, and what you keep calling normal. What you welcome repeatedly begins to speak. What you rehearse repeatedly begins to shape you. What you allow repeatedly begins to settle. And I am not saying this to shame you. I am saying this because I love you too much to let your peace be drained by things you were never meant to carry. There are conversations that stir fear in your house. There are phone calls that leave your spirit troubled. There are messages that pull you back into anxiety. There are voices that do not bring wisdom, only panic. There are words that enter your home through speakers, screens, gossip, complaints, accusations, and repeated negativity. And after those words enter, you wonder why the room feels heavy. Beloved child, I am opening your eyes. I am helping you recognize the pattern. This is not condemnation. This is discernment. This is not me accusing you. This is me protecting you. There is entertainment that feeds darkness and then asks why peace cannot rest. There are things watched casually that disturb the spirit quietly. There are songs, images, stories, and sounds that may seem harmless to the flesh but leave heaviness in the atmosphere. There are habits that keep the soul restless. There are late-night scrolls that pour fear into the mind. There are videos that make suspicion feel like wisdom, lust feel like comfort, anger feel justified, and despair feel normal. Do not keep feeding your home what I am trying to cleanse from your home. Do not keep opening windows to what you are praying against at the door. There is unforgiveness that keeps wounds open. There are old arguments you keep replaying until the house feels like the argument is still happening. There are names you cannot hear without your body tightening. There are memories that rise in the hallway, in the kitchen, in the bedroom, in the same place where the hurt first entered. I am not telling you to pretend it did not hurt. I saw the wound. I saw the betrayal. I saw the disrespect. I saw the tears you swallowed and the apology you never received. But I am telling you now, unforgiveness is too expensive for the house I am restoring. It keeps pain alive in places where peace is trying to breathe. There are visitors who leave confusion behind. There are people who step across the threshold and the atmosphere changes. There are relationships that drain your strength, stir drama, mock your faith, provoke your flesh, and leave the home unsettled after they leave. I am not calling you to hate people. I am calling you to discern access. Love does not require open doors to every spirit. Kindness does not require surrendering your atmosphere. Forgiveness does not mean giving confusion permission to keep entering unchecked. Some doors must be guarded with prayer. Some invitations must be delayed. Some conversations must be shortened. Some boundaries must be honored because peace is holy. So begin with simple obedience. Do not make this complicated. Do not wait until everything feels perfect. Stand at the doorway and pray. Lay your hand on the frame and dedicate the entrance to me. Say, nothing enters this house that is not submitted to the peace of God. Say, fear cannot rule here. Confusion cannot rest here. Bitterness cannot build here. Darkness cannot claim what belongs to the Lord. Bless the rooms again. Walk through the house and speak my name. Open your mouth and release. Peace over the bedroom. Peace over the living room. Peace over the kitchen. Peace over the hallway. Peace over the children. Peace over the conversations. peace over the nights, peace over the mornings. Remove reminders of bondage when I show them to you. Remove what keeps pulling you back into old patterns. Remove what keeps giving grief a place to sit. Remove what keeps inviting temptation, bitterness, shame, fear, or despair. Not everything from the old season can travel with you into the restored atmosphere. Some objects carry memories you are finally ready to release. Some messages do not need to be reread. Some photos do not need to remain displayed. Some habits do not need another explanation. Obey quickly, obey quietly, obey with peace. And then guard your mouth. Stop rehearsing fear. Stop saying, this house will never change. Stop saying, we always fight. Stop saying, peace never lasts here. Stop saying, every time things get better, something bad happens. Those words are agreements, beloved. Those words are doors. Close them. Speak differently. Say, this house is under covering. Say, peace is being restored. Say, the Lord is teaching us a new way. Say, old patterns are breaking. Say, forgiveness is rising. Say, joy is returning. Say, my home belongs to God. If this word is speaking to your house, type these words right now. I guard what God is restoring. Type it with faith. Type it with obedience. Type it as a spiritual boundary. I guard what God is restoring. Not because you are afraid, but because you are awake. Not because darkness is stronger, but because peace is precious. Not because you are suspicious of everything, but because you are no longer careless with what God is cleansing. Beloved, your house must not only be guarded from darkness, it must be filled with truth. It must be filled with prayer. It must be filled with worship. It must be filled with forgiveness. It must be filled with declarations that agree with my identity over it. The enemy has named your house by its conflict for too long. Now you will name it by my covering. You will not only close the door to fear, you will open the door to promise. You will not only remove what drains peace, you will speak what establishes peace. Because the house I am restoring must be guarded, yes, but it must also be renamed. And now, beloved, you must stop calling your house by the name of its conflict. You must stop calling it broken because of what happened there. You must stop calling it tense because of what tried to remain there. You must stop calling it cursed because there were seasons when pain visited often. Listen carefully. The enemy has been trying to name your home for you. He has been trying to put labels on your rooms, labels on your family, labels on your marriage, labels on your children, labels on your mind, labels on your sleep, labels on your prayer life. But I am interrupting every false name right now. I am removing the label that darkness placed on what belongs to me. The enemy said, this house is cursed, but I say, this house is covered. The enemy said, this house is broken, but I say, this house is being restored. The enemy said, this house is divided, but I say, reconciliation is rising. The enemy said, this house will never know peace, but I say peace will rule here. The enemy said, confusion owns the atmosphere, but I say, my truth is taking authority. The enemy said, your rooms are marked by arguments, tears, fear, and disappointment, but I say your rooms are being marked by prayer, mercy, healing, and my presence. The enemy called your bedroom restless, but I call it a place of rest. The enemy called your living room tense, but I call it a place of gentleness. The enemy called your kitchen heavy, but I call it a place of provision and gratitude. The enemy called your doorway exposed, but I call it guarded. The enemy called your hallway silent with grief, but I call it filled with peace. The enemy called your table divided, but I call it a place where love will speak again. The enemy called your house abandoned, but I call it mine. Do not agree with the wrong name anymore. Do not let one argument name the whole house. Do not let one painful season name the whole family. Do not let one betrayal name your future. Do not let one restless night name your sleep. Do not let one season of silence name your prayer life. Do not let one strained relationship name the covering over your home. You are not living in a forgotten place. You are not raising children in an abandoned place. You are not trying to hold a marriage, a family, a mind, a heart, and a household together without my eyes upon you. I have seen it all. I have seen every late night prayer you whispered when everyone else was sleeping. I have seen every time you walked through the house quietly, asking me to bring peace. I have seen every tear you wiped before anyone noticed. I have seen every moment you chose not to answer harshness with harshness. I have seen every silent act of love, every meal prepared with a tired heart, every room cleaned while your spirit felt heavy, every bill paid with pressure in your chest. Every child comforted while you needed comfort yourself. I have seen every time you almost gave up and still stayed. I have seen every time you wanted to stop praying and still whispered my name. Beloved child, your family is not abandoned to chaos. Your children are not abandoned to fear. Your marriage is not abandoned to division. Your mind is not abandoned to torment. Your sleep is not abandoned to anxiety. Your prayer life is not abandoned to dryness. Your home is not abandoned to the atmosphere that tried to rule it. I am covering what you thought was exposed. I am touching what you thought was too far gone. I am breathing on what you thought had no life left. I am restoring places you stopped expecting to feel whole. And I am not only changing the house, I am positioning you inside it differently. You are not merely surviving in this home. You are not merely enduring the atmosphere. You are not merely waiting for everyone else to change before you have authority. I am making you an intercessor. I am making you a gatekeeper. I am making you a carrier of peace. You will stand where fear used to stand and speak life. You will pray where heaviness used to sit and invite my presence. You will guard what enters, bless what remains, and refuse to agree with the names darkness tried to assign. This does not mean you control people. This means you surrender the atmosphere to me. This does not mean you carry everything in your own strength. This means you stand in the authority I have given you. This does not mean you deny the pain that happened. This means pain does not get the final name. The final name belongs to me. The final word belongs to me. The final covering belongs to me. So open your mouth, beloved. Speak differently over your house. Declarations are not empty words when they are spoken from faith, surrender, and alignment with me. They are not noise when they agree with heaven. They are not pretend when they rise from a heart that has decided to stop partnering with fear. Say, this house is covered. Say, this family is covered. Say, this marriage is covered. Say, these children are covered. Say, my mind is covered. Say, my sleep is covered. Say, my prayer life is being restored. Say, peace will rule here. Say, love will speak here. Say, forgiveness will grow here. Say, the presence of God will rest here. If you believe I am renaming your house, type these words right now. My house is covered. Type it as a declaration. Type it as agreement. Type it as a refusal to keep repeating the enemy's label. My house is covered, not broken. Covered, not cursed. Covered, not abandoned. Covered, not exposed. Covered, not hopeless. Covered. This is the name you must begin speaking. This is the truth you must begin releasing. This is how you stop naming the house by its conflict and start naming it by my covering. Now walk with me through the house, beloved. Do not only think about peace. Invite peace. Do not only wish the atmosphere would change. Pray through the rooms until my presence has a place to rest. Prayer is not small. Prayer is not weak. Prayer is not your last option after fear has exhausted you. Prayer is authority. Prayer is surrender. Prayer is the sound of your house being handed back to me room by room, corner by corner, memory by memory, breath by breath. Begin where your body has carried the most weariness. Begin in the bedroom. Stand there, if you can, and say, Lord, let rest return to this room. Let sleep be covered. Let dreams be purified. Let fear be driven out. Let anxiety lose its grip. Let torment have no place here. Let every restless night be touched by the peace of God. Beloved child, I saw the nights when you turned from one side to the other and could not settle. I saw the hours when your mind would not stop rehearsing what happened. What might happen, what could go wrong, what you could not fix. I saw the tears in the dark. I heard the prayers that never became full sentences. Now, invite me into that room again. Say, this bedroom belongs to the Lord. My sleep belongs to the Lord. My mind belongs to the Lord. Fear cannot lie down beside me. Anxiety cannot rule the night. The peace of God will guard my heart and my mind. Pray over the bed. Pray over the pillows. Pray over the place where your body is supposed to rest but your soul has been fighting. Ask me to heal what the night has been holding. Ask me to remove the heaviness that tries to visit when the lights go off. Ask me to cleanse the memories attached to that room. No more fear-filled sleep. No more waking under pressure. No more dreams that leave your spirit troubled. No more lying awake believing you are alone. I am with you in the night. I am with you in the silence. I am with you when the house is quiet and your heart is loud. Then move into the living spaces. Pray where people gather. Pray where conversations happen. Pray where tension has sat on the furniture. Pray where silence has filled the air after harsh words. Say, Lord, let unity return here. Let calm conversations return here. Let laughter return here. Let forgiveness return here. Let family connection be restored here. Every chair, every couch, every corner, every place where people have sat carrying offense, carrying grief, carrying exhaustion, carrying distance. Bring it under. My peace. Do not underestimate what happens when you pray over common spaces. These are not just rooms. These are places of agreement. These are places where words shape the atmosphere. These are places where love must be invited again. Speak over the living room and say, arguments will not rule here. Bitterness will not grow here. Cold silence will not settle here. Misunderstanding will not keep building walls here. Let gentleness rise. Let patience rise. Let humility rise. Let someone be quick to listen and slow to speak. Let someone choose softness instead of pride. Let someone apologize. Let someone forgive. Let someone laugh again without fear that joy will be interrupted. I am restoring not only the structure of the house, but the sound of the house. The sound of accusation is being replaced by the sound of grace. The sound of heaviness is being replaced by the sound of peace. The sound of survival is being replaced by the sound of life. Then go to the kitchen. Go to the table. Pray over the place where provision is prepared and shared. Say, Lord, bless this kitchen, bless this table, bless what comes in and what goes out. Break the spirit of scarcity anxiety. Break the fear that there will not be enough. Break the pressure that follows bills, needs, groceries, meals, responsibilities, and tomorrow's unknowns. Beloved, I have seen the quiet calculations. I have seen you standing in the kitchen with pressure in your chest, wondering how everything would be handled. I have seen you prepare food while carrying worry. I have seen you sit at the table physically present but mentally burdened. Now invite gratitude back into that place. Invite peace back into provision. Invite trust back into daily bread. Say, this table will not be a place of fear. This table will not be a place of division. This table will not be a place where lack speaks louder than faith. This table is blessed. This kitchen is blessed. Provision will meet this house. Gratitude will rise in this house. Peace will sit at this table. Love will speak across this table. The anxiety of scarcity is breaking, and the confidence of, my care is returning. I am the God who provides. I am the God who sustains. I am the God who sees the need before you speak it. Now pray over the doors and windows. Stand at the entrance and declare, Lord, guard this doorway. Let nothing enter that does not belong. Let every influence that carries confusion, fear, lust, anger, deception, bitterness, or unrest be removed. Give me discernment. Give this household discernment. Make us sensitive to what grieves your spirit and quick to close the door to what drains peace. Pray over the windows and say, let light enter, but darkness cannot. Let fresh air enter, but fear cannot. Let blessing enter, but confusion cannot. This home is not open territory. This home is covered territory. Pray over every person connected to this house. Pray over the children. Pray over the spouse. Pray over the roommate. Pray over the parent. Pray over the sibling. Pray over the one who comes and goes. Pray over the one who is distant. Pray over the one who is wounded. Pray over the one who is angry. Pray over the one who does not yet know how to receive peace. Say, Lord, soften hearts, restore order, heal hidden wounds. Break stubborn pride, calm anxious minds. Deliver from fear, teach us how to speak, how to listen, how to forgive, how to honor, how to love without surrendering to confusion. And if this is your prayer, beloved, write it now. Lord, cover my house. Put it in the comments as agreement. Put your prayer request there for your household, your family, your sleep, your marriage, your children, your protection, your peace. Do not be ashamed to ask for covering. Do not be ashamed to say, Lord, my house needs you. Heaven hears surrendered prayer. I hear you when you pray in the hallway. I hear you when you pray beside the bed. I hear you when you pray at the table. I hear you when your voice shakes and your faith is small. Prayer is turning your house from a place of hidden pressure into a place where my peace is invited to rest. So keep praying through every room. Keep blessing what felt heavy. Keep speaking life where fear was loud. Keep inviting me into the places you stopped expecting to change. Peace is looking for agreement. Peace is looking for surrender. Peace is looking for a place to rest. And as you pray, beloved, I am entering room by room. And now, beloved, after you have prayed, watch. Do not pray through the rooms and then return to expecting the same heaviness. Do not bless the doorway and then keep listening for fear to enter. Do not surrender the house and then interpret every sound, every silence, every conversation, every delay through anxiety. You have stepped into a new season of expectation. Not frantic expectation, not forced expectation, holy expectation, quiet expectation. The kind that says, I may not see everything yet, but I know God has started something here. In the coming days and weeks, begin to notice the small confirmations. Watch for the room that does not feel as heavy as it used to feel. Watch for the conversation that stays softer than it normally would have. Watch for the night when sleep comes a little easier. Watch for the morning when you wake without the same pressure on your chest. Watch for the moment when conflict begins but does not take over the whole house. Watch for the unexpected calm after tension. Watch for the desire to pray returning, even if it begins as one sentence whispered in the hallway. Watch for clarity about what must change. Watch for correction that does not crush you but leads you into order. Do not despise small signs, beloved child. A quiet room can be a sign. A peaceful night can be a sign. A sincere apology can be a sign. A burden lifting for a few moments can be a sign. A child laughing again can be a sign. A spouse speaking gently can be a sign. A roommate choosing peace can be a sign. Your own heart refusing to panic can be a sign. Your mouth stopping before it repeats the old words can be a sign. Your spirit sensing, no, I will not agree with fear today, can be a sign that my peace is beginning to settle where heaviness once lived. This is not always dramatic at first. Sometimes restoration enters softly. Sometimes peace returns like light through a window, not all at once, but enough for you to know the darkness is not in control anymore. Sometimes the first evidence is not that everyone changes immediately, but that you respond differently. You pause where you used to react. You pray where you used to spiral. You bless where you used to complain. You close the door where you used to tolerate confusion. You recognize the atmosphere before it takes over your mind. That is authority rising in you. That is discernment maturing in you. That is my spirit teaching you how to carry peace without surrendering to pressure. The enemy wanted you to believe nothing was changing because everything was not fixed in one moment. But I say, look again. Look at the small mercy. Look at the softened tone. Look at the lifted heaviness. Look at the fresh conviction. Look at the courage to remove what needed to go. Look at the strength to forgive without pretending. Look at the way you are no longer interpreting your house through panic. You are beginning to interpret it through promise. And if you can sense even a small shift, type these words now. Peace is returning. Type it as agreement. Type it as expectation. Type it as a witness over your home. Peace is returning. Not because you forced it. Not because you earned it. Not because the battle was imaginary. Peace is returning because I am present. Peace is returning because this house is being covered. Peace is returning because you invited me in, room by room, and I do not enter without bringing my order with me. So keep your eyes open, keep your spirit sensitive, keep your mouth aligned. In the coming days, I may confirm what I have started through peace, through correction, through dreams, through conversations, through restored order, through a door closing, through a burden lifting, through a truth becoming clear. Receive the confirmations without fear. Receive the corrections without shame. Receive the peace without suspicion. Your home is no longer being interpreted through anxiety. Your home is being interpreted through my promise. And now you are ready to declare what heaven has already spoken. This house belongs to God. So declare it now, beloved. Declare it over the walls. Declare it over the doors. Declare it over the rooms where you cried, the rooms where you waited, the rooms where you fought silent battles, the rooms where you wondered if peace would ever return. This house belongs to God, not to fear, not to confusion, not to anxiety, not to old arguments, not to generational patterns, not to heaviness, not to the memory of what happened. This house belongs to God, Peace will rule here. Fear will not lead here. Confusion will not have the final word here. Bitterness will not build a throne here. Darkness will not write the story here. The enemy does not get to name what I have covered. The enemy does not get to claim what I have entered. The enemy does not get to occupy what has been surrendered to me. I am marking this home with mercy. I am covering this atmosphere with my presence. I am placing my peace where pressure used to sit. I declare protection over every room. Protection over the bedroom. Protection over the living room. Protection over the kitchen. Protection over the hallway. Protection over the table. Protection over the doorway. Protection over the windows. Protection over every night of sleep. Protection over every morning you wake. Protection over every family conversation. Protection over every hard conversation that must happen with humility and truth. Protection over every child, every spouse, every parent, every roommate, every visitor, every person connected to this home. What belongs to me will be covered by me. And you, beloved child, are not powerless in this house. You are covered, you are chosen, you are watched over, you are strengthened for this household assignment. I have not left you to carry the weight alone. I have not asked you to fight in your own strength. I have placed my spirit within you. I have given you discernment. I have taught you to notice the shift, pray through the pressure, guard the doorway, bless the rooms, and speak life where fear tried to speak louder. You are not just surviving inside this home. You are standing as one who belongs to me. Now pray with me. Lord, cleanse the atmosphere of this house. Remove every heaviness that does not belong. Expose what must be removed. Close every door that fear has used. Heal what has been wounded. Restore what has been strained. Bring peace into every room. Bring truth into every conversation. Bring rest into every night. Bring forgiveness where offense has lived. Bring gentleness where harshness has spoken. Bring clarity where confusion has lingered. Fill this home with your presence. Let this house become a place where your peace can rest, where your name is honored, where your love is felt, and where fear no longer has authority. Beloved, if you believe God is covering your home, like this video right now as agreement. Subscribe for more prayer-filled prophetic messages that keep your spirit aligned and your house covered. Share this with someone whose household needs peace, because this word may be the confirmation they have been praying for. And before you leave, comment these words as your closing declaration. My house belongs to God. Type it with faith. Type it over your family. Type it over your sleep. Type it over your doorway. My house belongs to God. And leave your prayer request for your home and your family in the comments. Do not carry it alone. Let this community stand with you in faith. Your home is not abandoned to fear. Your home is not forgotten. Your home is not uncovered. This house belongs to God.